Good afternoon, students. In today's class, let's continue to study the qualities of auditor. So, in the previous class, we have already seen the various qualities an auditor must possess. Let's continue to study the other qualities of auditor in today's class. So, the next quality that the auditor must have is knowledge of taxation. So it's very important for an auditor to have the knowledge about taxes, okay? Tax such as income tax, sales tax, GST, gift tax, everything, okay? So he must be an expert in these taxes. Why he must be an expert is because when he is going to audit the statements, okay, when he is going to check the reliability of the statements, at that time he must check whether the tax paid by the company or by any organization is right or wrong, okay, whether they have paid correct amount, that is the correct percentage of taxes and all, okay. Now suppose the recent one is your GST, okay. So suppose if he doesn't have the knowledge about GST, at that time it is not possible for him to give the right statement, okay, to give the audit that particular statement. He must know the percentages, that is a percentage of GST which is to be imposed, okay. That's why he must have the knowledge of taxation. Then he must be an computer expert, okay. So today's modern business is totally run on computer. There are various applications and all, okay. Most of the companies, we can say about 95% of the companies, or say 99 only, okay, are run in computers only by the various applications and softwares and all. So he must have the knowledge about computer, how to use those particular applications, say Tally, ERP, okay. So he must be well versed with the advanced version also, because if he doesn't know how to operate the computers, he cannot audit the statements. Then knowledge of management information system. So management information system is nothing but it is a software which has the information about the organization, okay. So how the organization is running, every information will be stored under your management information system, okay. So first and foremost thing the auditor has to do before going to the client's business, okay, before going to the client's organization, he has to study the MIS, okay. It helps him to understand the internal setup of business and its operation, okay, how the business is being operated, okay, what is the culture of that particular organization, okay, how the business activities are taken place. So everything, he will get the knowledge of everything through MIS. Then preparation of budget. So the auditor must have knowledge regarding how organization prepares the budget. If he doesn't know, then it will not be possible for him to audit various heads of budget, okay. So he must know, see, before any activity, take the example of a college only, okay. Before starting any academic year, there will be budget preparation, okay, that is whatever the funds are collected, okay, that those funds are to be allocated. So those funds will be allocated to various activities, say youth festival, some funds will be allocated to youth festival, some fund to sports, some fund to annual day, okay. So like that the fund will be allocated. So the auditor must know how to prepare the budget also, okay, because if he doesn't know, then it will be very difficult for him to audit, okay. So what are the items that come under your revenue, what are the items that come under your expenditure. So he must have the thorough knowledge about the preparation of budget. Then the most important quality, that is qualification. So for a professional auditor, it is necessary that he should be a chartered accountant. See, anybody can't say that he is an auditor. If you want to become an auditor, then you must have the prescribed qualification. That is, you must have the qualification of chartered accountant given by the institute, okay, that is ICAI. From there you must be a qualified auditor. Only at that time you will be called as an auditor, or else you cannot give or else you cannot audit the financial statements of the companies. Therefore qualification is very, very important. Then the next one is the auditor must be tactful, okay. So he must be very intelligent enough to deal with the situations. Okay, suppose if he wants to ask the question, suppose if he doesn't know to if he doesn't know anything, okay, if he's not getting anything in that particular financial statement, he must ask in such a manner that it does not show his weakness. Okay, he must be very intelligent while asking the questions. He should ask in such a way that it does not show that he doesn't know the answer. Okay, that is tactful. He should be very smart enough to ask the questions to the clients or the staff of the client. Then the next one is patience. So patience is a very important quality of an auditor. So before signing any document, before signing any paper, he should check it with the proper evidence. Okay, say suppose there are sales, okay, he is checking the sales account. Okay, at that time the sales written over there is say 2000. Okay, he should check that 2000 with the sales voucher. Okay, he must check it with the sales voucher whether the exact sale made on that particular date is 2000 only. Okay, so he has to check it with the evidences. If he is not having the evidence at that time he should state it. Okay, so he must check each and everything with proper evidences so that there will be minimum errors and frauds. Okay, suppose the sales return is 20,000 and in the sales voucher it is 40,000. At that time the difference whatever is there, he has to state it, he has to find it out. That's why before signing anything he should collect proper evidences. Then the next one is he must be very courteous. So the auditor must not be a proud person. Okay, he should not be filled with pride that he is a CA. No. Okay, he must be a down to earth person. He must humble himself. So whenever he is talking to the staff of the client and all, he must be very polite. Okay, suppose if there are any corrections or if there are any mistakes by the clients, by the staff of the client, at that time he should behave very politely. Okay, he should also treat the staff with mercy. Okay, he should not be arrogant or he should not be rude or he should not be full of pride with the staff of the client. Okay, he should behave accordingly. Okay, he should behave very patiently and he should be very courteous. Okay, because he is a very professional person. Then the next one is he must be independent. So independent is nothing but he should not have any relationship with the management. That is, he should not join his hands with the management. Okay, getting involved with the management, saying that you pay me this much, I will help you out. No. Okay, he should be very patient enough and he should be very courteous enough. Okay, he should be very independent. He should give his opinion independently. Okay, so the next concept which we are going to study in the next class is the rights. Okay, in the rights you are going to see that the auditor has the right to take suggestions from the expert. Suppose if he is taking any suggestion from any expert, say a legal advisor, at that time his decisions, whatever the decision he is giving or whatever the opinion the auditor is giving, it should not be on the basis of the opinion given by the legal advisor. Okay, he should give his opinion, he should express his attitude, he should express his view on the basis of his own feeling. Okay, not feeling, on his own, it should be his own decision. Okay, so he should give his opinion independently. Then the next one is he must be bold and courageous. This is yet another important quality of the auditor. He shouldn't be influenced by authority. He should possess the courage to face the difference of opinion between him and client. Sometimes what happens is the opinion of the auditor will be something else, and to the auditor, to the opinion of the management. So whenever there is difference in the opinion, at that time he should not behave very proudly. Okay, he should act accordingly. Whatever, he should cooperate with them. Okay, he should say yes, you are also right, so my opinion was in this way. So he should be bold and courageous, and whatever might be the decisions to be taken, okay, he should say it very properly. Okay, he should be very bold enough to face whatever the criticisms might be there or maybe any difference of opinion. So he should be very bold and courageous. And the last point is intelligence. Okay, so to be intelligent is a very important quality again. Okay, it is why it is important? Because he must be able to understand the technical aspects of any business. He must be wise enough to cope with the changes of the business environment. Okay, so it might be any change in the technology or maybe anything. Okay, so he must cope with the changes. Suppose if any new technology has come, say in the area of computer something new has come, or maybe new laws are introduced, or maybe new taxes are introduced, so he must be well versed, he must cope with those changes. So in order to cope with those changes, he must be very intelligent enough. Okay, so these are the qualities of the auditor. I hope these things are clear to you. Okay, so if not, then yes, you can WhatsApp me. So thank you, have a nice day, see you in the next class with the rights of auditor. Thank you.